God is saying to someone right now that if you give up that idol and if you walk in obedience and obey me, I will change your life and I will do so much for you. This message is going to find whoever it needs to find. But the Lord told me that there's some of you who have been struggling with giving up your idol. You know, you've been struggling with giving up what God has called you to give up because the comfort of what you're attached to, the familiarity of what you're attached to, you're afraid of the unknown. You're afraid of the you who exists without that. And you think that to step into that person, it is impossible. And you're scared because at the end of the day, the thing that you're attached to is your idol, right? It's your God. And God is calling you to give it up. But God is saying that if you obey me and you give this thing up, honestly, before you enter 2026, I will give you a beautiful life and I will show you things that you do not know. I will show you wonders. I'll change your life. I will change you. And the Lord isn't saying that you need to give this thing up and then everything's going to be perfect. Obviously, you're going to struggle. You're probably going to suffer because you really like this thing or you really want to keep it in your life. But the minute you decide to obey God and you give it up and you sacrifice it for real, God is going to come and be close with you. He's going to dwell with you like never before. Obedience actually is the key to unlocking deep intimacy with God, because the truth is that God doesn't call for comfortability. He is the God of the uncomfortable. When you decide to follow him, things are going to get uncomfortable. You've got to die to sense of self. You've got to die and you have to kill and crucify the flesh. Things get hard, but God is saying to somebody today that if you give that thing up, you give your idol up and you obey me, I will change your life. The Lord brought me to Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 9. So know that the Lord your God is God, the faithful God. He will keep his agreement of love for 1,000 lifetimes for people who love and obey his commandments. God is faithful and will keep his agreement of love for 1,000 lifetimes for people who love and obey his command. The minute you decide to give God your obedience, he can move just like that. He's a God of suddenly, and he is a God who thinks outside the box. When you give your obedience to God, you're showcasing that, God, I love you. I'm going to sacrifice this for you. You die to sense of self, and in that, when you are uncomfortable, if you're uncomfortable, you're in alignment with God. But when you are uncomfortable and you are obeying, God then begins to bless you and you can walk in your purpose. You get called to your calling. You walk in the assignment and you are literally the Adam. You're the Adam because then you're doing what God called you to do. The work that God put for you to do, you're doing it. And God honors that. The Lord then brought me to Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 12 to 15. If you pay attention to these laws and obey them carefully, the Lord your God will keep his agreements and show his love to you as he promised your ancestors. He will love and bless you. He will make the number of your people grow. He will bless you with children. He will bless your fields with good crops and will give you grain, new wine, and oil. He will bless your herds with cows and your flocks with lambs in the land he promised your ancestors he would give you. You will be blessed more than any other people. Every husband and wife will have children, and all your cattle will have cows. The Lord will take away all disease from you. You will not have terrible diseases that were in Egypt, but he will give them to all the people who hate you. When God brought me to this memory verse, this is exactly what Moses told the people in Israel when they were getting ready to step into the promised land, right? When God was setting them up to step into the promised land. But the same promise goes for us believers today. If you obey and follow God's commands, things are going to change for you quickly, suddenly, expeditiously. God is going to be on the move. God is going to work. Blessings are going to release divine provision, divine restoration, divine healing. It's all going to unfold. But God is saying that to get this, to get the promise, right? To get the marriage, to even get the children, to get all these blessings and the desires of your heart, you follow me first with intimacy, with closeness. You begin to know me with closeness and deep familiarity, and you obey. And when you obey, I honor you. I honor your desires, and I'm going to come through. The Lord then brought me to Psalms chapter 2, verse 7. And the memory verse states, let me tell you what God said next. He said, you're my son. And God said I could say you're my daughter because this memory verse applies to all believers. You're my son and you're my daughter, and today is your birthday. What do you want? Name it. Nations as a present, continents as a prize. You can command them to all dance for you or throw them out with tomorrow's trash. God is a dad. He wants to give the best to his children. He wants to give the best to his children. God wants to give you the best. God wants you to ask for anything you desire. God wants you to come and seek him. And God wants to know you. He has this yearning desire to be good to you. He wants to be good to you. And you have to obey, right? That's really what it is. Obedience will unlock blessings and opportunities in your life that you never thought were possible. The Lord then brought me to Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 7. For the Lord your God is bringing you into a good land, a land of brooks of water, of fountains and springs flowing out in the valley and hills. God wants to bring you into a land, a good land, a land of water, of fountains and springs and valleys and hills. God wants to bring you into your promised land. God wants to bring you into the promise. But to get to that, to unlock that, obedience. Obedience shows that you love God. It does. God said, and Jesus said, whoever loves me will obey my commands. And when you know God, you get pleasure from obedience. You have this yearning desire to please him, to be in unity with him, to be in alignment with him. And God is saying, give that idol up, sacrifice it, and let me change your life. The Lord then brought me to 1 John chapter 4, verse 16. God is love, and whoever abides in love abides in God, and God abides in him. At the end of the day, God is love. This message is going to reach whoever it needs to reach, but God is love. He is love. He's always wanted to help you. Think about it. God has always wanted to help you. And God is saying, if you obey me, if you give up that one idol in your life, you sacrifice it, God is saying, I will take you into a land and into a life that you once did not know. This message is going to reach who it needs to reach.